off, you'll turn the key to on position. Okay? You'll make sure both your buttons are pushed in. You'll roll your window down. You're listening for air leaks. This is called a static brake test. You don't want to lose more than 3 psi in 60 seconds. You're going to apply pressure to your service brake. Let off. You don't want to lose more than 4 psi in 60 seconds. Okay? This is the pump test. You're going to pump your service brake down till your gauges reaches 60. Once it reaches 60, you're going to have a warning light and a buzzer to come on your primary and secondary air gauges. Okay, both my lights are on. I heard my buzzer. Now I'm going to continue pumping my brakes down between 40 and 20. When my gauges drops, my truck and trailer valve will pop out. Okay, that's the static brake test. Now you will turn the key off, turn the key back to the on position, tell the examiner you're going to start a safe start. So you crank your truck up, naturally it's going to be in neutral and both your valves are going to be out. So while you're building your air up, start the inside pre-trip. I will check my windshield, make sure it's clean and not broken. I'm going to check my mirrors, make sure they're clean, not broken, they're adjusted for me. I'm going to check my steering wheel, make sure there's no more than 2 inches or 10 degrees on a 20-inch wheel. I'll check my city horn and my road horn. Okay. Then I'm going to check my headlight, or all my light indicators. I cut my headlights on, do my high beam, low beam, my left turn signal, right turn signal, and my four-way flashers.
Question.
Yes.
When you're checking your signals, do you actually got to get out and look at them, or you just going to tell the examiner that you're checking?
Right. You check them on the inside of the truck.
Okay.
Now I'll cut my headlights back off. I'm going to turn my wipers on, show them they work. I'm going to spray the mist on it, show them that the mist is coming out. Okay. Now I'm going to start from left to right and work myself across the dash here. My coolant temperature gauge should read between 190 and 200. My voltmeter is right here in the middle, so you just turn this till it gets to gauges. It says gauges, then you turn it, push it, then turn it. Okay, it should read between 12 and 14. You don't tell them the number it is reading, you tell them the numbers it should be between 12 and 14.
So right. 190, 200, 12, and 14.
Right. Then I come over here to my oil pressure gauges, should read between 40 and 60. My primary and secondary gauges should read between 100 and 125. Alright, then I'll come on over here and I'm going to adjust my heat and defroster, show them that it works. Okay, I'm going to put it on defroster, turn the heat on. Put my hand up here, show them it's working. Then I'll adjust it to the vent. The vent part, showing that the heat's working. Okay? So now I've covered everything across here that I got to cover. Now the last thing I want to do is my brakes. You have to do a toe test brake on these right here. Okay, so I'm going to push my truck brake in, or parking brake is the same, and I'm going to leave my trailer brake out. Okay, this is the one I'm testing. I put my foot on the brake, put my truck in drive, let my foot off the brake, so it's tugging, it's not moving, alright? Okay, so letting you know my trailer brake works. I put my truck back in neutral, I'll pull my truck brake out, push in my trailer brake. Same thing with my truck brake, I'm going to test it on the tug test, show them it's not moving. Okay, truck back in neutral, both my valves in. I'm going to do what's called a my service brake check. I'll pull up anywhere from 3 to 5 miles an hour. I'll mash on my service brake to make sure my truck's not leaning to the left or right, which could be a suspension problem. Give it a little bit of gas. Now hang on. Touch my brakes. And my truck comes to a stop and it's not leaning to the left or the right. Okay? So my brakes, that's the end cap.
So you don't got to worry about any of the switches or anything?
No, none of these over here you don't